Alright, now I'm going to show you how I created this picture. It looks like an invisible man doing a kickflip on a skateboard. So here are the two pictures we took. As you can see down here, they're in two different layers. You need to use manual mode on your camera to make sure that both frames are exactly the same in terms of aperture, the shutter speed, the ISO, the white balance, and the focusing point all need to be in the exact same value on each frame. And to get them in line perfectly, you need to use a tripod. Forgot to mention that. Alright, so let's start erasing my hands in the box to make it look like an invisible man. So to do that, we're just going to make the layer mask down here. And then grab a black brush and then zoom in and just start erasing. I'm just going to get the big chunks first, and then I'll go back later and do the finer details. Alright, now to get the finer details in the shoe here, I'm just going to grab my pen tool. I'm going to make sure that this little box is checked, the add path to area. So now I'm going to zoom in really close to get a very accurate selection. Alright, now I'm just going to zoom in again and go back to my original spot right there. And now my path is closed. And now this is just a path though, so we need to make it an actual selection so we can work with it. So let's right click inside of it and click Make Selection. Now I'm going to feather this path by 1 pixel. If I do it by 0 pixels, it's going to look cheap and fake. If I do it by maybe anything more than 5, it's also going to look pretty fake and photoshopped. So I like to stick with 1 or 2 and go from there. So now we have the selection, and now what we're going to do is, because this black color is our foreground color, if we push Alt backspace, it will erase everything inside the selection. That looks pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell if that was photoshopped or not. So let's go to this one and let's do the exact same thing. Grab the pen tool and make a very nice selection here. Will look better. So let's see what it looks like. So there we go. That doesn't look too bad. One thing though is this edge right here is kind of sharp. So fix that really quick. Let's see here. Gonna make this size smaller, just like about that. Right there. There we go. That looks alright. Now let's go and remove this red box. First let's grab our pen tool, because that's what I like. If you used a brush right here, it would not come out very good looking, and a lot of people just use the brush. So let's make a point right here and make another one over here. Now you can see that selection is pretty darn good. So we're gonna go with that, and alright, and now let's just kind of go down here, make a quick selection, go back to the original point. It's right there. Let's right click, make selection, feather it by 1 pixel, and fill it in with the black color, and bammo. So in order to get rid of that shadow, we're just going to grab a big black soft brush and lower the hardness to 0%. Now we can just paint in that shadow with black on the layer mask. Now in this area, I'm just going to grab a smaller brush, make it kind of harder. There we go. Just kind of get in there with those details. And bam. And make another selection, just like so. Just right about there. Now, let's see how this looks. Alright. There we go. So I'm going to select and use the burn tool right here. I'm going to select the midtones up here. I'm going to lower the exposure to about 6%, a really, really low percentage. And now I'm just going to click and burn this area a few times just to get that shadow in there. I think that doesn't look too bad right there. All done. We are going to go to Layer, Flatten Image. Just went to Image Adjustments, HDR Toning. I just kind of bumped up the vibrance a little bit, and there. That's that. That's the Invisible Man trick number 1. An invisible man doing an invisible kickflip on a skateboard.